Hi, I'm
Hi,
Nick,
I'm Jill.
and we're HipStrings.
HipStrings.
See, sometimes I go hi and you wait for me to say I'm Nick, and then I say hi, and you're like, come on. All right,
Okay.
sorry. It's the spice of life, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to day 3 of the Base12 Spinalong 2021.
So day 3. So I'm spinning in order. Day 3 is Odin, which is a Merino, Shetland, Sari Silk, and Tussa Silk blend. Signature blend. It's in the shop. There's very little left. It's temporarily been replaced with Odinson, or son of Odin, because one of the wools that's used in this isn't available. So I tweaked it a little bit. It's still gorgeous as Odinson. And I think there might be 2 more bags of original Odin in the shop.
And the Odinson is spelled in the non-Marvel
In the Norse way, yes. No copyright or trademark infringement.
There you go. All right, and I don't know what I'm spinning yet. So I've got my handy squishy die here. So I'm going to give that a roll. And that is a number I can't tell you. As we get further along in this, it'll be more likely that I'll be able to tell you what the number is. Also, it'll be faster for me to find it.
You were able to tell us last night.
Yeah. I didn't say that I couldn't. I said just the probabilities would be higher. Is today going to be math themed?
Why?
Well, because we're doing base 12 in general, but then we're starting to talk about probabilities.
Yes.
All right. Oh, I can sort of see my pants now.
The wonders.
The wonders.
They'll have to stalk and try to figure out what the fiber is.
I'm going to have to figure out what day I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just waking up from a nap.
I wish I would have taken a nap.
So I'm a little bit slow. I told you should
I should have. I forgot what I did instead.
It's one of those days. But I guess we're wearing. Oh, we already have a comment. Just hello, Rebecca.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. We'll wake up. I promise. So we can talk about the shawls we're wearing because now we're both wearing shawls.
Yes.
And they're not the same shawls as yesterday.
Yes. And they're both base 12.
Both
so
base 12.
Nick is wearing original 2019, his base 12, which was paired with the same mill spun fleece as my one I was wearing yesterday.
But I did it in inverse.
He swapped the colors.
Yeah.
And so that's a night shift shawl by Andrea Mowry.
Do you want to hold up your other one from?
So in contrast, this is mine. Yeah. So if you use it as the contrast, the color goes longer.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Nick's yarn was a little thicker too, but the contrast. It does not eat up as much yarn.
All right, and then what about your shawl?
And then I'm wearing last year's 2020 base 12 Spinalong. I spun mine with alternating days on 2 different bobbins because I knew it was a light to dark gradient, and then barber pulled. And then I think this is the Everyday Desk Shawl by Kate Atherley, which is a free pattern on Instagram.
How do you find it on Instagram? Like
you hashtag the Everyday Desk Shawl.
Okay.
And find the post by Kate Atherley on it. It was a really fun. I did it as a travel project, and it's mostly a 1x1 rib triangular shawl.
There you go. Looks squishy.
It is. I like how the ribbing helps it drape, and it doesn't like curl and stuff. So
and now
it's a very nice shape.
By the way, I have like a 5-minute head start on you now. Actually, I've got that even like a 3-minute head start.
control card time.
We have some new people have joined us as well. We have Stephanie Ahoy, Aikens PA, evening. Rebecca is
I'm
celebrating
I should be a little thicker.
that we found the shawls. Where did you find them, by the way? Because I know
They were in storage
They were
with
in storage?
all my other shop samples.
since we actually had a show this year, 2
Yeah.
shows. They were with all the storage stuff. Dave says hello, and Mare's out to dinner with work people. See if she gets home before the end of the stream. Well, she is definitely not beating me today, that's for sure.
Yeah. You'll beat her.
Not.
No, not not in that way.
Not in the physical sense.
No.
And yeah, Rebecca was asking about the shawl that I knit for the 2019 Spinalong, and so.
So now we've shown all the final objects from.
Well, no, we haven't shown the 2021 final objects. It's the future.
It's not the future. We're not that clever.
It will be.
That we pre-recorded all these live streams and we're managing to be able to respond to people in real time and.
No. But what I'm saying is that would be awesome.
So we have finished yarn from 2021.
No, but yeah, no, I'm. Never mind. Just don't get me. Oh my
You
God.
exist in all moments.
Now
You're
that we're
Dr.
on YouTube,
Manhattan.
now we're on YouTube. We exist in all moments, except for the past.
We exist in the past.
I mean, part of our past. But this video does not exist in the past. It only exists in the future as well. And the past of our future. And now. Just not the past of now.
Yes, the past of now.
I mean, yes.
It's already the past.
Only 7 minutes ago.
See, it's part of the past.
Yeah, but if we go 8 minutes ago, we're not.
We still exist in the past.
Unless you're watching this 9
Pretty
minutes
sure
in the
I've
future.
existed for more than 8 minutes.
Yes, but I'm saying the podcast. Never mind.
The podcast has been
We
longer.
took this way too far.
The podcast has been around longer than 8
You
minutes.
can tell that I just woke up. Sessa says, "Good evening. Recovering from some pretty fiber with some pretty fiber afternoon at the dentist. Wow.
Ooh, that's a
Full
good
afternoon
reward.
at the dentist. Better than the opposite. Recovering with the dentist after a full afternoon with fiber.
Yeah.
I would wonder why the fiber would cause you to go to the dentist.
Some people are really into the dentist.
Some people have a lot of fiber in their diet.
Yeah.
We accidentally do. I can't tell you how many times I find fiber in my
Yeah,
diet.
I'm wearing one of my dresses that collects lint.
Yeah, you are. You gotta make sure that it
I
actually
wasn't. I even just put on this special for the live stream. I have not worn this all day, and it's already
covered in fiber.
Yeah. Well, that was because my previous clothes were covered in bunny fur. So.
Yeah. You just gotta make sure that most of the fiber ends up on the bobbin, not the dress.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make a significant difference.
Good.
I have to like be dividing a whole bunch of silk or something for there to be an appreciable amount of fiber collected from my clothes.
So, by the way, there's a comment from Dave asking for Meredith. The other night, Meredith was saying something about bats having a preferred end to spin from. Is there a way to determine which end, or is Meredith just crazy? Well, the two are not mutually exclusive.
True. And you treat fiber like cats.
So
you pet it,
okay.
And if you're petting and you seem to be smoothing down the fibers, then you spin from where you started your hand. That's the head. You spin from the head. Now, if you have fiber and you pet it and it seems to be roughing up the fiber, then you flip it around and you spin it in that direction.
Should we be doing that for our singles or our samples here?
Do you have sometimes it's directional, sometimes it's not.
I want to pet my sample.
Does one way seem better than the other?
A little bit?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm spinning in the right way.
Yeah. It happens with cotton too, with bats. You,
All right, so
you
what's the
treat
reason
fiber
for
like
that?
cats.
Is that the direction that the scales are in the fiber mostly?
Yeah.
I mean, because they're going to be mostly randomized, but
Yes, but generally, even though carded fiber is chaotic, it still has some directionality in how it comes off the carder.
Interesting. Well, you taught me something, Dave. Thank you.
And the same thing even happens with combs, with like
Combed fiber.
hand combed top, because commercially combed top is actually it's carded first and then it's kind of straightened out. So
Now I have to wonder if there's a reason that the scales line up in a certain way when they're being carded, or does it have to do with the direction that things are being carded? Or...
I think it's more the direction that things are being carded. Now, some people like will keep track of like if they're spinning from the tip of the lock or the cut end of the lock,
yeah,
and whether or not that makes a difference in how smooth it is. And there's some argument that that can make a difference in how smooth. Like if you're really trying to spin like lace weight, worsted, super fine, you do want to take into account that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
But if you do have a fiber that you seem to be throwing a lot of slubs, and it's not because of like clumps of sorry silk like I'm dealing with tonight.
I was gonna say like I'm.
Then you might want to flip the fiber. I'm gonna, just for fun, because I am having problems with slubs. It's not the wool; it's all in the sorry silk. I'm going to change to the other. Yeah, spin from the other tip and see if that helps.
Oh my. Sorry, I just got a big section of sorry silk.
Yeah. Spoiler, we're both spinning sorry silk blends.
Yeah, so you did talk a little bit about Odinson.
Yeah.
Or Odin.
This is Odin.
Is the intent to bring Odin back in once there's
once the
supply?
original fibers and I, sell out of Odinson? Yes. I'm just making some temporary measures to deal with a type of wool that's been out of stock since like June. And we're waiting on like this year's clip to be processed.
When does that happen? Do you know?
Hopefully soon. It's a Shetland wool that I'm waiting, a particular color of natural colored Shetland.
Yeah.
And apparently, like them going through all of the white Shetland took like an extra 2 months this year compared to normal. So they're starting to get into the colored fleeces.
Am I? Everything's got supply chain issues.
Yeah.
Sleepy. Nope. Stay awake. So apparently, I didn't know about this. I just was starting to read an article about it. We've sent a probe into the sun.
Oh, really?
And it's in the corona. And it's been like popping in and out of actual sun atmosphere. And I didn't get to finish reading the article because I fell asleep putting the kids to sleep. But the big thing I remember about it is that the sun is more dusty than we expected.
I don't imagine the sun to be dusty at all.
Yeah, that's where I was starting to be confused, but I fell asleep, like I said. So I'll have to look
I
up
thought
a
it's a
little bit more on-
plasma.
Right?
I didn't know you could have plasma dust.
Apparently, it's dense particulate of in the plasma or something. I don't know. It's really interesting.
Interesting.
And I started reading the section about how exactly do you cool a satellite well enough so that it actually can survive within the
Yeah.
sun?
That's some serious engineering.
Yeah, right? Supposedly it's going to keep on sending data until 2025, at which point it's going to melt.
They can only keep it cool for so long.
Yeah, well, it's just going to keep on circling closer and closer into the sun, and eventually just kind of not.
Die.
Um,
It'll become dust. It'll become space dust.
yes.
Stardust. And then maybe it'll become a person many, many billions of
It's
years
the
into the future.
circle of life. Rebecca's asking, how's your flow today?
Today is not as flowy as yesterday.
No, it's not. I don't remember.
Yesterday
what I did
was
today.
more like a river. Today I'm a puddle.
You're a puddle.
Yeah.
Not, at least it's not.
I ran a
white
bunch of
water.
errands and then I crafted and like picked up kids from visited the elementary school like 4 times today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back-to-back nurse calls. 2 days in a row.
All right. We got to get Gab to get 3rd day in a row. We got to.
No. There is no prize for this.
No?
No.
This should be. Call from child services.
No.
That's your prize. Worst prize ever. Wow, I'm going real dark today.
This is what happens when we drink seltzer.
Yeah, right. All right, complete change in topic. Tomorrow I've got, so Meredith apparently is off at a work holiday party.
Yes.
Tomorrow I've got my work holiday party. Don't worry, it won't interfere with this. But we have what are known as holiday superlatives. And spoiler alert, if there's any work colleagues watching, I got advance notice because of something special that I'm doing for the actual awards. But for those of you that don't know, holiday superlatives are you will vote for certain things, certain weird statements, and different colleagues about who is the most likely to X, right? And so one of the ones was who is the most likely to actually roast actual chestnuts over an actual open fire. And
I feel like this is something we should do.
we should do for what?
Because the last
For the
time we played
podcast?
with chestnuts, we almost exploded a microwave.
Yes.
Well, we set
We
a
didn't
fire in a
explode.
microwave.
We
set a fire in a microwave.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
But so I got some advance notice, and I was voted most likely to build a gingerbread house with actual structural integrity.
See, my experience is that it's really hard to not build a gingerbread house with structural integrity because they fall down.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, but that's like the when you did you ever? Well, our kids did this, right? You make the graham cracker houses, but you glue it to the.
Oh yeah, to the milk carton.
Yeah, yeah.
That just seems like cheating.
Right. Exactly. So
internal support structures. No.
You are similar to me, likely to build a structurally integral. I don't know. A gingerbread house with structural integrity.
See, this is why we're not weird to each other, but we're weird to the rest of the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Wait, so what was the other thing you were saying? Oh, the chestnuts. So, was this the first holiday that we had our own place?
Nah, I think it was the first we stayed.
It was the first we stayed away from our parents.
Yeah,
right?
that we stayed home.
Maybe. I don't know. One of those early holidays. We went to a farmer's market and they had actual chestnuts.
Yeah.
And of course me, who now I realize a good selection of my holiday foods are based off of songs. Because I've also made figgy pudding just because I've heard it on the song and wanted to know what figgy pudding was. Never tried it before I made it. It was really good. But so yeah, wanted to roast chestnuts over an open fire. Well, we didn't have an open fire because we were renting an apartment at the time. No place to have open fire, but
Yeah. The guy at the farmer's market said you just
cut next to it,
cut next to it and
stick it in the microwave
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was something ridiculous like 10 minutes. We're like, okay,
Sure.
let's do it. The guy at the farmer's market said so. So right around 6 minutes,
Yeah, 6 or 7.
we start smelling something, and I run over to the microwave, and there is actual flames inside the microwave.
Apparently, there's a lot of oil in chestnuts, and that had like volatilized and with the paper bag, and yeah.
Well, we turned up the microwave and the fire went out pretty quickly, so it wasn't too bad. But technically, we did in fact roast chestnuts
over an open fire.
An open fire in the microwave. Yeah. All right. So there is that. I want to make sure my microphone doesn't
We have
go too far down.
successfully roasted chestnuts without setting fires.
Did we? I don't remember that.
Yes,
I thought
we
got
did.
traumatized and never touched them again.
No, we figured out, we like did some research and figured out how to actually do it. And they're yummy. But a bit of a pain in the butt there's a lot of work involved.
Kathleen Fry says stars throwing off dust is basically why she had a PhD topic.
Oh.
Oh, we're gonna have to hear more about that, Kathleen. And Dave says, have you seen Baking Impossible? They made a 5-foot-tall gingerbread towers that had to withstand an earthquake-shake table.
Christopher
Wow.
absolutely loves Baking Impossible. He keeps on trying to get other family members to watch it with him.
I watched one episode with him where they made cakes that were ships that had to float and go across a pool with giant fans blowing on them within a certain period of time.
Engineering and baking.
I first am still very confused about how they had something edible that did not dissolve in the water. Because part of digestion
is dissolving in water.
Dissolving things in water based. So I'm still confused about that part. But, ignoring that, it was pretty cool. I mean, yes, I guess technically oil doesn't dissolve in water, but let's not go there. Yeah. We are big British Bake Off fans as well. If it wasn't for doing the podcast, we'd probably be watching the holiday special as of late. Although I'm disappointed. There was one that was a celebrity bake-off that for some reason you can't see in the U.S. You need to use a VPN or something to do a
the one with
BBC.
Daisy Ridley?
Yeah, I want to see Ray baking. That's just me, I guess. This was like 2 years ago, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least a year ago.
Posture.
Yeah, Dave says there's a time element of that. As long as it doesn't dissolve in water quickly, it's fine. True. These were big boats, too. So, hats off to them. They
well-tempered chocolate?
Did that do it? Maybe? I don't know. I suck at tempering chocolate.
I don't know. I see giant chocolate sculptures, and I think, what a waste of chocolate. Who actually eats all the chocolate after it's been painted? And
right. Well, you said you had a nightmare about food waste, so don't even start with that.
Yeah, I was having a nightmare about food waste last night.
Posture.
My brain's decided it's putting me through therapy every night and making me deal with everything that I have the tiniest bit of worry about. And we've got to process it every night in some strange nightmare.
You're through this for like the past
Yeah,
year,
it's
or
been
past
months of this. It's not fun.
But it's cheaper than therapy.
It's cheaper than therapy, and I'm well adjusted during the day, so.
Stephanie,
I guess
by the
it's
way,
working.
notes that the holiday masterclasses are the best from British Bake Off. You could use chocolate if the water was cold enough. Okay, I'd buy that. I didn't watch the whole episode, so maybe they covered that. I don't know. Chris is the child that has pioneered the method of watching videos of watch for 30 seconds, skip ahead like 20 minutes, and then come back to like the place where you left off before. And he has a nonlinear way of watching shows, which may be where we got our argument earlier in here about being in the past or the future or at the same time.
Because we've given birth to a time traveler.
Yes. That's it. That's why he watches his show in nonlinear fashion, because he's experiencing time differently than us. Yeah.
Or he's 6.
What? Stop making excuses. All right, so I do have a philosophical question about your choices in the fiber as it relates to a whole piece.
Oh, we forgot to bring down the print.
We did. You can go up and get it.
Tomorrow. We're going to have something new to show people.
Yeah, no. I was just trying to make it so that I had a better chance of winning tonight.
Oh. You're really trying hard, aren't you?
Too sneaky. I'm not actually trying hard enough, otherwise I'd be spinning faster.
So what's the philosophical
question?
Philosophical
question. So the first 2 days, both that I did and that you've done, did not have any sari silk or slubs or things like that. And now later on, we are having...
Okay, all the bats have silk texture in them.
Yeah.
Most of the signature blend, I think, most of the signature blends I selected also have sari silk in them. Now, I don't have any hand-dyed wool silk blends that have a texture in them.
Okay.
So you just managed to pick out one of the signature blends that did not have, was just a merino silk blend.
So the end yarn is going to actually mostly have a tweedy texture to it.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the same thing as last year. Overall, this has texture. There are some fibers that don't.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how what the design was for the full system, if you have some with texture, some without.
The overall feeling will be with some texture.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But that's a reason to check your wraps per inch every day.
Speaking of which, I should probably check my wraps per inch. Do you have the tool?
It is right next to you.
Is it?
Your left elbow.
Oh, it is. Sorry, I was dealing with the slub. I will... get back to my regularly sized spinning to check my size. Yeah. Ish.
Ish.
Ish. Ish enough. All right, what else is new?
What has changed in the last 20 hours?
Plenty. But We were talking yesterday. We started psyching ourselves out. We're like, oh God, we're not going to have enough to talk about for the next 12 days.
Well, 10 days to go.
True. We could just stare into the camera again.
Yeah. I'm really liking the contrast between yesterday and today.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm not getting it.
You don't have much.
No, but I'm looking at your bobbin. I don't know if, no, they can't see your bobbin.
I shared a picture of my day 2 bobbin right before on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I should share this stuff on Instagram.
You should take a picture now so that where you can see day
You
2 versus
just
day 3.
want to delay me. I know you.
It's still a good idea.
It is a good idea, but how much
Okay,
fiber do you have?
Like I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna take a picture here. No, you don't even need to stop spinning. There you go. Okay, see?
You'll put it up on Dr. String or
No,
Mr.
I
HipStrings.
was just gonna send you the picture.
Oh.
Nobody looks at my Instagram.
People look at your Instagram.
Well, I don't actually post anything, so that's a dumb idea if they look at it. I have gotten
You've got like 75
lazy.
followers or something.
Whole 75. Wow. No,
You've
I
got
think
like
I've got
2,800 more than that.
I think I've got more than that. I definitely don't.
Why
have
don't
more
you
than
check?
Someone's feeling intimidated by how far I've gone in my fiber. Are you? So Jan asks, can you tell us the difference between Odin and Odinson?
Odinson has a little less black in it.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. So I wouldn't do a...
I tried to make them as close as possible.
Yeah.
And so I think I swapped black Shetland for black merino and then took one of the merino blues and changed it to a blue dyed Shetland.
So is it going to feel different?
And I think I changed the sari silk because I think the sari silk that's in Odin is also out of stock. And those are one of a kind, so those are rarely restocked. So I went for a sari silk that I know spins really smoothly. So Odinson should spin a little bit more smoothly. I haven't even spun my sample of Odinson yet. But it should spin a little bit more smoothly than Odin, and it might be a touch lighter. That's about it.
Incidentally, I think Kathleen is starting up some secret agent mission instigation because she just wrote 317. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I hope it's not another Order 66.
I hope not.
Let's see. Yeah. I do have a question for you related to Odin versus Odinson.
Yeah.
I guess more Odin related. Which Odin gave you the inspiration for the color?
Not the Marvel Odin.
Well, yeah, okay.
Norse Odin.
Not the Final Fantasy VII. Not
No.
the Final Fantasy Odin.
No.
Not
the
the
one
Final
who I
Fantasy
broke
Odin
the
that you
legs
broke
off.
the legs
Yeah.
off of.
We'll never live that down.
No, I was in college. We had a friend who just got a. So maybe I'll back up a
Beautiful
little bit.
action figure of Odin.
From Final Fantasy VIII, I think was the version.
Yeah.
And Odin from Final Fantasy is the classic like evil knight. He's a special summon that will kill everybody in one hit, but he rides a six-legged horse, and that's the most important thing. So this is this giant figure, probably like that big.
Yes, use your hands to describe things.
Yeah, I thought you would appreciate that. that was riding a horse and had the 6 legs, and
I
Jill.
was checking the articulation of the horse's legs.
To be fair, you barely touched it.
I did. I barely touched it.
And one of the legs fell off.
Yeah. I mean, I put my foot through your parents' bathroom wall once in a similar type of situation.
Yeah.
Things you
Kathleen
don't want to
clarifies-
do when over at your, boyfriend's parents' house.
Yep. Kathleen clarifies, by the way, the 317 is not another Ordy66. It is the HipStrings follower account. And she forgets about the delay, making context get lost. Yeah, but that makes it more fun. I love trying to figure out the what people were referring to or actually meant. Come on.
Imagine how many followers you'd get if you actually posted stuff.
Right.
I post stuff you make, and I get tons of likes, so.
Yeah?
Yeah. Usually it's your baking.
That reminds me, I need to bake...
Figgy puddings.
I need to make the figgy puddings. I need to bake my parents some bread.
We're out of cookies.
We just... I made it so we are out of cookies.
Those lasted a whole 2 days.
Is that it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I made them on Sunday.
Yeah, they were good cookies.
We even tried to hide them in the T-Rex.
The T-Rex was not a very good guard T-Rex.
No.
We have this beautiful, we'll have to take a picture of it and post it on Instagram. Maybe I'll put that on my Instagram so people will actually try and find me and
Yeah.
And follow me. But it's a cookie jar, but it's an adorable ceramic T-Rex, which it holds like maybe
a dozen cookies.
Maybe a dozen cookies, maybe. And apparently it doesn't do it very well because they just evaporated.
But they're these amazing brown butter sugar cookies from America's Test Kitchen.
Jan says, thanks for describing the differences, incidentally. And Stephanie says, how about debating the ethics of using one's own grandchild to ride upon? Like, in what sense?
I think the horse is actually a child of Odin.
Oh, come on.
I don't know enough about Norse mythology.
Yeah, all I know is
I've got something coming from Sansa that's going to help with that.
I know something weird about Loki having sex with a horse, and... No, Loki became a horse so somebody would have sex with him and give birth to something else. Yeah, no, it gets weird. It gets real weird. That's a conversation killer right there.
Well, there are reasons why I don't mark this live stream as safe for children.
We try real hard.
Yeah, but then it goes off in directions.
Yep. Okay, what else? You said you did errands today.
Yeah.
You went shopping.
Yeah.
You got new frame.
Yeah. You spent way too much money at Joann's.
As is what you do, right? That's what everybody does. It is the point of going to Joann's.
Yeah.
To feel bad about going to Joann's.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm having trouble keeping my single the same size in this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even like spinning from the tip now. You've got like a cloud thing going.
Yeah, completely unintentionally. It just wants to do it itself. I am not commanding this fiber. It is just telling me what to do, and I am following blindly. Has a mind of its own. Stephanie says, figured you all would know Lol. The horse is a child of Loki who became a female and gave birth to the horse. Yes. Okay. So Loki is both the mother and the father of several monsters.
Seems on brand.
Yep. Okay, so that I didn't realize that there was that big circle of things. And honestly, okay, if your child is the god of mischief, and that god of mischief birthed a six-legged horse.
Why wouldn't you take it to be your steed?
Yeah, right? Like, it would just seem like a great Father's Day present.
I'll tell our kids that when they're wondering what to get you for Father's Day.
A six-legged horse? Yes, please.
Can you please birth a six-legged horse for your father to ride upon?
Yeah. I just need to be careful about Jill the Destroyer.
Yeah. I'll break your horse's legs.
Oh.
You have to put it down.
Make epic glue.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not even drinking tonight. What the hell?
No.
So how about that Hawkeye? Speaking of Marvel characters.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah. It's a good show.
It is.
I've been enjoying it. We can't talk about it.
Nope.
So on to the next topic, I guess.
My appreciation for more Chilean actors in the world.
Oh yeah, that was interesting because we finished Picard and then.
Yeah. A friend was sharing a trailer for The Burden of Massive Talent, which is a new Nicolas Cage movie where Nicolas Cage stars as himself.
Okay. Is this like being John Malkovich?
Kind of. But he's like hard up for cash, so he ends up his buddy NPH
Oh god.
is like trying to help him figure out like how to get out of a rut. And NPH sets up a meeting with his biggest fan, who is some billionaire.
Okay.
Who is played by Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
So
who's Chilean, which
who's
is
Chilean,
how we got on this topic.
Where
in
we
the
got
first
on this
place.
topic. And then we've been recently watching Picard, and Captain Rios is also a Chilean actor. And I absolutely love Rios and his many forms of himself in different ethnicities.
Yeah.
Because it is really hilarious to see a South American playing a Mexican.
Well, also playing a Scotsman. And
yeah, and a British. And an American, I think.
I
think there is an American
ethnicities he's got there. Although I gotta say, that's one of my favorite things is to see different actors or actresses portray wildly different characters in the same show. Dollhouse was great about that. What was another show that's been doing that a lot lately? What other one did we see where everybody just where there's one character that just Doom Patrol.
Oh yeah.
Doom Patrol had the one character that Jane
that
kept on changing personalities. It's really enjoyable to see the breadth of acting skill. Because it's hard to play one character really well. It's really hard to play like 7 characters really well.
I'm sorry, I'm concentrating.
Yeah, no, me too. No, don't look.
Well, that's why I need to concentrate. Read some questions.
There's nobody. They're all quiet.
No commentary?
They're in flow.
I need you to distract Nick.
Nobody can cause me to lose now. I'm definitely beating Meredith. I went out to hang out with one of the many Daves for dinner, and I had the first time where I was eating out in a restaurant indoors since the beginning of the pandemic. It was a very weird experience, and it was great that I went to dinner at like 5 o'clock because there was nobody
On
there.
a Tuesday?
5 o'clock on a Tuesday, nobody was there. The restaurant ended up like when we left, which was maybe 7 or something. The restaurant was maybe half capacity, so it felt good. It felt safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't freak out about it. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Oh my God, almost there.
No, this can't be.
I don't know how I'm so far ahead of you. I blame the fiber. I went and got thicker at some point in time, I guess.
Yeah, but I've been spinning as thick as you this entire time.
No, there's been times that I've gone real chunky on this one. Not too chunky, but the slubs from the... Or not slubs. What do you call them when they're intentional? Are they still slubs?
Blips?
Blips?
Blip sounds like more intentional.
I don't know. After Marvel used that for referring to the snap, the blip.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of where everything goes haywire for a little bit and then it goes back to normal.
I guess so. Can you tell we're Marvel fans in this family?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, this is working. Pseudo spinning from the fold.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I accidentally did.
No!
Yep.
No!
Yes.
No! Entertain me.
We do have one question. Sasa suggests calling them NEPs.
I have a different feeling about NEPs.
NEPs are in the final product?
NEPs are in the fiber.
Okay. Yeah.
And they are typically an accessory. They're like a satellite to the spun single, whereas what I'm having is an integral part of the single.
Okay.
I feel like NEPs are something you can pick out. These are not pick outable.
Jen says also struggling with, I'm guessing consistency tonight. The black seems to be creating slubs, and Dave also says the black is giving me problems too.
Yeah.
Is that intentional?
No, it's not intentional. It is probably just shortcuts in the fiber.
But it gives it texture.
It does give it texture.
And
that's a fiber that's missing from Odinson.
Yeah, there you go. So maybe you'll like Odinson better than Odin, and you're going to have to carry both of them.
No, I pick one.
You'll pick one?
There'll be a victor.
We'll have to...
whatever one's easier to spin wins.
We'll hear everyone's votes as well.
Well, that means they all have to go out and buy a bag of Odinson.
Yeah. I'm evil scheming like that. But this is why you only have 1 ounce to deal with. And then
half an ounce.
Yes, half an ounce. And you don't have to worry about it again. I realize I have another...
yeah, you do have another hand knit on.
Hand knit that... I know that this is hand spun.
Yeah.
And that you did it.
Yeah.
That's
it's a mashup spin.
Okay, yeah. Like what we've talked about with the podcast,
great mashup
right?
Spinalong. Yeah.
Yep.
That was one of my original mashups.
I should make it a little bit more visible.
where I took a whole bunch of fibers, made it into about 1/4 ounce strips, and threw it in a bag. Spun up a bunch of bobbins and then
Randomly
them.
selected stuff.
Yep.
And you did take out sections in the yarn that were more yellow to keep for Christopher's.
Yeah.
Christopher has a matching one that is obviously
more
smaller
yellow
in size, and more yellow.
Which he wore today because Gabriella had an ugly sweater day at school.
And we don't have ugly sweaters here, so.
Yeah, there was an argument about whether or not we have ugly sweaters, and I don't like him referring to the sweaters as ugly. But he wore his hand-spun, hand-knit sweater for Ugly Sweater Day. Even though it was not going on at the elementary school. It was important to him.
He wants to be like his older sibling.
Yeah.
I need to find my my Space Invader sweater.
It's in your chair.
Okay.
It's underneath something.
Oh, then it doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to get that because I'm going to wear that tomorrow for the holiday party. Kathleen says, and they'd have to spin the bag of Odin already in their stash. Oh,
yeah.
Knows.
Oh knows. Poor you.
Hopefully this isn't a terrible
you could get
for you.
No, it's not terrible. I like it because I really like the effect, how the yarn comes out in the end. Yeah. You could, spin 1 ply of Odin and a ply of Odin's son.
I was going to suggest that.
And put them together. Crazy? No, it's not crazy at all.
Yeah. Trying to look. I think I spun today a little bit thicker. Where's the card? No, maybe not.
I'm close.
I'm about 23. That's what I've been the past couple of days, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this is going to end up plying up at. Like,
yeah.
This is the thinnest consistency that I've done.
We'll have you spinning for sweaters soon enough.
Yeah. I've got to figure out where am I going to get that bright green yarn I need to make for my next sweater plan, or second to next, because I got to do the yoke.
Oh, I have a color for that.
12.
I know how to dye it. Yeah.
The bright green.
Yeah.
We're referring to 2 years ago.
Yes.
2 years ago, the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar.
It was 2020, right?
I don't remember. Maybe it was 2020.
Yeah, because it was the holiday special came out last year.
Okay. So it's also featured in the Lego Star Wars holiday special. Poe Dameron has a little minifig that is wearing this adorable bright green BB-8 sweater where it has a knit.
It's stranded color work plus intarsia, I think.
I mean, it's a minifigure, so it's plastic.
Yeah,
print, but
I understand, but like part of it is like Piri stitches.
Yeah.
Stranded color work, and then there's a BB-8 in the center, which is most definitely intarsia.
Yeah. And I decided I have to knit a human-sized version of that. So, I've got to find the bright green to do so. But it's such a weird color to knit a sweater, but it looks good on him. And
it will look good on you.
Since I'm basically Poe Dameron,
yeah,
I think it would look good on me. Kathleen, by the way, says, I'm not worried about how it spins, just finding time to spin all the things is hard.
Yeah.
Preach.
Right there with you.
Yeah. There's always that depressing thought of, if you look at your stash, will your stash outlive you?
There are some philosophies that say you won't die if you have unfinished work. Okay.
There you go. So just keep feeding the stash.
Yes, you'll live forever.
The secret to eternal life. never give up on your stash and keep feeding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's
I
only
will-
when you stop feeding it that you're giving up on life.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
See? What was our time for tonight?
54 minutes.
See, we're getting faster every
We're
night.
Getting better. I'm definitely getting faster. That's for sure. All right, I have to look up the specific wording
Yes.
because this is a
A very detailed dad joke.
detailed dad joke. How do you stop an evil mathematician who only uses binomials? Do you want to say it or should I?
I forget.
You foil his plans.
Yeah.
We needed a foil dad joke, so
Yeah.
and this has actual levels. If you didn't get that joke, you need to go back to algebra.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I think that's algebra 2.
Is it algebra 2? I don't know. We'll have to ask Gab. She's in algebra.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.